You are listening to the Drag Dungeon Podcast with your hosts, Jay and John.
Hey, welcome back to the broadcast, your favorite podcast. You asked for this shit if you're easily offended. We don't recommend it. You asked for this shit, so here it is.
Talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14, a very special episode. What's up, John?
What's up, Jay?
How exciting was this episode? This was definitely unique for Drag Race, and I think it's something that we all have been thirsty for. What do you think?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
No.
I was.
Well, to see yes and no. Yes, to see them all lip sync. Yes. For sure.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like, this show has one lip sync episode. I think every episode should have several lip syncs throughout the episode. Let's do this. Let's do what drag
Yeah,
is.
let's do what
drag.
they do. Yeah, well, I was just saying last week I wanted to see Bosco lip sync, and now I got to see him lip sync for like 4 or 5 times. So,
Right. I'm all about this lip sync stuff. I way prefer this over the Rusical Rats, the Rusical, or, these, like, dumb things that they do. They're fun and everything, but it's refreshing to see the focus on the performance and see what these, you can see what these bitches can really do. I love it.
like what we're gonna see if we go see them on tour. What? Let's get a preview of what we're gonna see.
Yes, and this can really help some of the queens and can really, sort of hurt some of the queens, which we'll talk about. The beginning of this episode, like the first, I don't know, it was half, I didn't really time it, but where they're just in the workroom yapping, to me was like a lot of filler. Like, nothing happened. They all just were talking about what songs they could do. The most not interesting, I don't know if that's the word, thing is you just learn some more about Daya Bitter and how bitter that bitch actually is.
Daya Bitter. That and
Yes.
Deja Sky feeling her oats.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you suckers, gotta lip sync," and she was like letting them have it. It was pretty entertaining for her to be like, and it gave her carte blanche to wear an ugly ass dress at the end.
It sure did.
She was just gonna sit in the back. Her face matched her hair. She was like, "I'm not wasting something good on this."
I'd have come out in my boy clothes and been like, "What? I'm safe."
I thought about that. Yes, I was like,
Flip flops.
I would be like, "I'm gonna drag for this fucking crap. I'm putting on some Crocs and some sweatpants." For sure.
Yeah, Diabetes was for sure like.
Yes.
No. Oh, what was the big thing? No offense, or is that what she was saying? No offense,
Yeah.
but you got really low reviews, and and I'm like, that's just something people say. Like, I didn't really,
It is.
whatever. You can still react to it. It doesn't mean just because. I mean, these people are young; they don't know any better. Like, somebody can say no offense to me all day long. If no offense is followed by an insult, or you're trying to read me, I'm coming right back at you. I don't give a damn what kind of, pretext you put before it or disclaimer.
Yeah, no offense is bullshit, and Daya Bitter is really awful. Every time she opens her mouth, I just imagine, I don't know, shoving her off a cliff or something. Like, I just can't stand her at all. Like,
Well,
I just want her to go away.
I think we said this before, but she has secured her All-Stars position, so she's fine.
Yep, she has that Chanel season 1, I've said this before, vibe going on where, she's bitter that anybody who she thinks should get eliminated is still there. No offense, Daya Bitter, but you're a bitch. and I just think that she has that nasty sort of Fifi O'Hara vibe, Chanel season 1 going on. I half expect her to quit.
Yeah, she is
the competition.
not as angry as Fifi, but I see Chanel, yeah.
Yeah, she kind of has the lips Chanel paints too. Chanel painted those kind of lips back in the day.
I did love the fearlessness of the season 1, like the Chanel. Like, that would never happen now. Nobody would talk to RuPaul like that now.
No, there are certain situations in different episodes, or different seasons where people were bold enough to, fight back, which we've talked about. You have Chanel, you have Pearl, Who else? There's other people that said some things to Rue. Sorry to cut you off. Oh, I think it was Jasmine, but she apologized, and that was okay.
I think now if a queen went out there and said, you know what, I want to go home, I think Rue'd be like, bye.
I know. Get your things for her. Go. Yep. She wouldn't care.
What else was going on backstage before they were? I mean, it was just like a half an hour of them putting makeup on, right?
Yeah, it was just them putting makeup on and just yapping and talking about, some are better at certain songs, which is pretty much true. You have Georges, she's a dancer. I don't want to lip sync against her. And Jasmine's a dancer. I'm like, drag isn't just about dancing. Some of the best drag performances I've ever seen had no dancing.
Yeah. I would not be the one. It's very easy to say, from the outside looking in, but I would not be the one sitting backstage going, I do not want to go up against Georges. Like, I would not be giving her all them flowers. I'd be like, I'm ready to go up against any, you know what I mean? Fake it. Like, everybody's like, I don't want to go up against Georges. I don't want to go up against Alyssa Kennedy Masters. All these people. And by the way, this is the first time in 14 seasons that I heard the term park and bark from Angeria.
Park and bark?
She was saying she doesn't like to do...
Oh, is that where you, don't move? Yeah.
Up-tempo numbers? I'm like, I never heard park and bark before, so thanks for the knowledge.
No, we're going to have to pep into our conversation.
Gently pepper, yes.
Pepper. Yes, gently pepper. No, I think so many great performances don't have any dancing at all. I mean, if you look at my top list of queens, none of them are dancers. Really, I don't... No, they're not. Or I guess Bimini kind of is. But it's not necessary to make... Dancing does not a great drag performance make. And I would be the same way with Georges. I would be, looking at that bitch you're going down, whore. I would not be, scared of her. And I would make sure if I were up against her, if I got to pick a song or something like that, I would be like, let's do At Last.
Yeah.
I would be picking some song that she wouldn't stand a goddamn chance, and I would laugh as I skipped away because I won.
I have to say though, if I'm at not that I go to the club, but if I was at a bar or a club, I think the dancing split queens are the ones that are entertaining. If somebody comes out trying to do, At Last or Whitney Houston or a Mariah ballad, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a hot dog. I think at the club, the dancing and high energy wins. But, not always, not in every situation. There are different venues. There's a lot of factors. The venue, the event. Is it televised? Is it online? There's a lot of things at play.
Well, and yeah, I think it has to do with, as well, what you do with the song. If you do At Last and you come out and you could do campy version, you could do... I remember back in the day, I went to these drag shows in a small town in Missouri. Well, kind of small, not real small, but kind of small. And this little tiny bar is some of the first drag shows I ever went to, and they did a lot of mashups and stuff. And some were ballads, but then they would break into a dance song.
Mm-hmm, I love that.
What was the one somebody did? They were dressed as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. I can't remember what song they did. I think they did Unbreak My Heart. I don't think it was Unbreak My Heart. But it was some slow song. And then it broke into Step by Step, whatever that Whitney Houston song is. It was several, it was a mashup. And then another one did a mashup of the song Poison Ivy from Batman. And then, was it erotica or something? It was this mashup, and it was really good. And then I'll say one other, is they did Candyman by Aqua. I love Aqua. And then they put in, sound bites from the movie Candyman in it.
I like that.
And then there was, someone else on the stage. Yeah, very, very creative. Those queens were awesome. It was this little bar in, I'll just tell you, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I don't remember the name of the bar, though.
Cape Girardeau.
It was, upstairs.
They got drag in Cape Girardeau.
Yes. Oh, and I'll save that story for another time. It had to do with two guys I dated from Cape Girardeau. Both ended up doing drag after I stopped dating them.
You turned them.
I turned them. But yeah, so if you have a slow song, do something creative. Like, I talked about this the other day, UK season 2, when they did Memory from Cats. Like, fucking please. What the fuck? And they just did just like Memory. You know, it was just like that, like what you would expect.
That was horrible.
Stupid. Yeah, so stupid. I agree. If it's a slow song, it's got to be done some way to make it your own and interesting.
Alaska, when we saw her show here, she came out doing Whitney Houston, but because she's stupid, it was funny, you know?
Yeah, do something stupid. Like, I always thought it would be funny, and feel free to steal this, because I'm never going to pull this off, because the song's too hard. Mariah Carey's Breakdown is such a great song, and to come out, like, looking, like, perfect, like you're at a pageant, but then throughout it be tearing your hair out and ripping your dress, and then people come out and put you in a straitjacket and drag you off stage by the end of the song. Like, I always thought that would be
I love that. Yeah.
But that song is hard, so I'm not going to do that. Our song is hard. Because Mariah doesn't even sing all of it. She just does vocal, whatever you call that. I throughout like half of it. It's like not even like a song to let's sing to.
It's not a song.
But, yeah, it's my favorite Mariah song, but yeah, it's hard. Anyway, so we have these lip syncs. So the whole deal was the bottom 7 from Snatch Game had to lip sync in this LaLaPaRuZa lip sync battle, and they all got. There was going to be how many lip syncs? 7 lip syncs. Is that what it was? And they got a list of songs. This is a lot of complication, but just break it down. They had to pick from 5 different songs. Respect by Aretha Franklin, Never Too Much by Luther Vandross, Don't Let Go by En Vogue, Love Don't Cost a Thing, Jennifer Lopez, and Radio Beyonce. And so they started it. The pit crew came out with his hopper and twisted this thing, and that pit crew guy was cute. And he's not even my type, but he is very
That's
cute.
the photographer one. That's the one from last week that I was like, damn, he's fine.
He is cute, and he's, like I said, he's not my type, but he is very cute. And so he turned the little hoppery thing and picked a ball, and the first person picked was Jasmine Kennedy Masters. Let us know
Madison Montgomery.
O'Hara.
Can I ask you real quick what you thought of just the selection of songs?
Well, Rue picks songs that he likes. I mean, they're all about Rue. Like, Rue's like, I want this song. Like, that's why he about shit when someone picked Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. Because that was, like, one of Rue's mini jams. I think Rue picked these songs. I don't know. This was fine. Some old, some drag songs.
I didn't like the selection of songs.
You did like it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Well, me, if I were lip syncing and Rue said, so pick what song, before Rue finished that sentence, I would say, Don't Let Go! Because in that En Vogue song, I love that song.
Oh,
I would pick
too.
that first.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would pick it very first. I can't believe they picked Respect first. And like be like,
That's
no,
so
don't let go.
Basic.
It's very. They've done it before, I'm sure, on the show.
They have.
They've done Love Don't Cost a Thing, I'm sure, on the show.
I've never
They
heard.
might have done Don't Let Go, but I love that song. So
I'd never even heard this Beyonce song. I looked it up. It's off for Sasha Fierce, but I had stopped giving a crap about Beyonce at that point. I only like Crazy in Love for real. But I was like, I have never heard this Beyonce song, but it was pretty good. I just didn't love this selection of songs anyway.
No, they weren't great, but I think maybe they were trying to do some old. And Luther Vandross is totally random to me, even though Rue loves that. Like,
it's a man. It's a man singing.
It's a man. It is, but it's a good song. I liked it.
Sure it is.
I totally liked it. Yeah. All right, so Jasmine Kennedy Masters O'Hara, Versace.
Montgomery Masterson Madams.
Montgomery
She picks Daya Betty because that's her arch nemesis. She's gonna take her down.
I was yelling, Daya better. I said Daya better. Daya better pick her. I was totally on that train with them, and she did. So I was like, yes. I was screaming this whole time. I loved this episode. Well, after the first half, I loved this episode so much, and I was like yelling and screaming and cheering. Like, I was having a great time watching it, and this was no exception. I love she picked Daya Bitter.
Well, I was into this first part because I like, they hate each other, well, they don't really, but they kind of pretend to hate each other, so they have this little rivalry going, so it's fun. So I was on board right here.
I still was thinking the whole time is why didn't they just leave that out and get to the show that we want to see? I was thinking that.
Yeah.
It was fine. I didn't hate it. It was fine. Okay, so then we find out that the other queen who gets picked chooses the song. She picked Respect. What did you think of this lip sync? Oh, what did you think of Rue going, I can't wait to see how this turns out, and not having...
It's funny. It was funny. There were so many... what did I think of the lip sync? Okay, before I say that, there are so many rules and so many... throughout the episode, so many step to the back of the stage, step to the front of the stage, you may leave the stage, you may return to the stage, you may go back, step down to the... I'm like, what? I got very confused. There were so many rules and regulations. I was like, Jesus Christ. The lip sync, I thought Daya clearly won. Jasmine looked desperate. It looked desperate. You don't do the splits during Respect. It's just that none of it was working. And Daya won, and she played it smart.
Yeah, Daya made the right choices. You really have to pay attention to the damn song and the lyrics. And I kept yelling at Jasmine through every lip sync she did. Slow down, bitch. Slow down. Like, she just comes out spastic and stays at the same level the whole time.
Yeah.
The songs have emotional highs and lows for the most part. Maybe not the J-Lo one. But
that was funny.
So, bitch needs to calm down. That's what I kept thinking the whole time. I wasn't thinking. I was yelling it at the screen.
Do you want to comment on these two's outfits? I love how they all came out in horror outfits, thinking they were all doing upbeat dance, up-tempo songs.
Yes. Well...
There's nothing really to comment on. Daya's wig was really ugly. I hate that striped hair. Ugh.
Yes, there's a wig problem in this episode. Almost every person's wig was garbage. Like, there was a lot of bad... Like, Jasmine's wig just slowly started sliding and changing moods. It was like a mood wig or something. Like,
well,
it was like upset. Her wig was so upset this whole...
What'd you say? It was trying to escape her head like Miranda Hobbs' wig?
It was trying to escape her head. I think I saw Tickets to London stuck in that hair. It was like heading out.
That hair is already on All Stars. It's waiting for her.
It is.
I think she's trying to do the real front of her hair. A lot of the young queens seem to think they can get away with their real man hairline. And sorry to break it to you girls, but even when you're young, you still don't have the correct hairline for a female if you're doing an impersonation. You know what I'm saying? You need a wig that comes down a little bit further than your manly hairline.
You got to be able to adjust that shit. And
you can't put a bump it in and call it a day, okay? And wear a human hair wig.
No. All right. So Daya Bitter wins that lip sync, even despite the hair and the sort of Madonna Versace inspired outfit, I think.
Yeah.
When you say, yeah, I would say that's right. All right. So next lip sync, we have, who did we have next?
Willow Pill.
Oh, by the way, I thought, and I hoped secretly, that they would keep going. Like, Jasmine would lose, and she would lip sync against the next person. Wouldn't that have been good? Like, she would have been worn out and tired and dead by the end.
Yeah. It would have kept the momentum up instead of, you may go to the back of the stage. You may step back forward to the front of the stage and choose a song, and we'll do the hopper. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
There's a lot going on. Okay, so Willow Pill versus Bosco, who were doing Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. What did you think of this lip sync?
This kills me because they're who's backstage? We have Daya Betty and Deja backstage watching. And Willow
yes, they don't know who wins. Yeah.
Yeah, Willow picks Bosco, and backstage Daya and Deja are like, oh! And I'm like, what are you so shocked at? She had to pick somebody. It doesn't make any sense. So, and then Bosco even looks shocked, and I'm like, well, bitch, I don't know. The rules were explained, so I don't know why everyone is so surprised. That happens a lot in this episode. I thought the pairing made sense, and I love how manipulative Willow was, thinking she's going to pick the song I want. So I thought that was a smart move. Never too much. I'm like, this is the song you wanted? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Bosco, that outfit was enough for you to be eliminated, girl. You're wearing the same ass shit you've worn like 3 times on this goddamn runway, and I am sick of it.
She is, and her eyebrows did bother me this time. They were a little more intense than usual. I don't know if she was feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I don't really understand what this outfit and this wig is. It's another wig issue. It's a problem. I mean, this is the same outfit with a yellow coat on. It's the same outfit with a nun outfit on. It's the same thing. I don't know. Did she like run out of clothes? I don't know.
It is. It's just off the rack. Nothing about this is special or looks custom. I did like Willow's look.
I did too. I didn't like the wig. Again, there's a problem. But I think the outfit itself, I think this is the best Willow has looked for me. I thought she looked great.
Mm-hmm. And the lip
I
sync
did. I liked it.
was fine.
Pretty good. Yeah, it was all right. I think that Willow was smart to pull back, take it slow, even though I'm not sure Willow has a lot of tricks in her lip sync. Like, I don't expect tricks. We always talk about this. It's not required to do tricks, but I don't think she seems like she has a lot.
Well, I don't know, because I was watching, she has an active YouTube channel with a lot of her old performances, and believe it or not, I did go back and look at some of them, and one of them, she was standing on her head.
Wow.
So she can do some shit.
Yeah. Good for her. I mean, she didn't do anything for this, but I thought she did a decent job. And she was going to win because Rue was not going to send her to the bottom because Rue's head is up her ass. So
yeah,
that wasn't going to happen. I thought it was funny when they talked about Georges punching the ghost move. That was kind of actually funny.
I didn't even notice it.
It was surprising that yeah, I thought it was funny that Georges came up with that, because she doesn't seem like the smartest.
She doesn't. She's so just like dead until she gets a costume on and she's on stage, and then she's Beyonce. She really is Beyonce. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah,
I don't know. I thought Willow's outfit too. I've seen it before, but the funny thing is I liked it when I saw before, and I liked it now.
Well, there you go.
This was all right. Good job, Willow. Good job. All right, so next we have this 3-way lip sync with Georges, Angeria, and Lady Camden. Georges picked the song because they did the hopper again, and she picked Radio by Beyonce.
And backstage, they're all like, well, she looks just like Jennifer Lopez, and she's Hispanic, so she has to do J-Lo. And then she picks Beyonce, and I'm like, oh, well, you all have egg on your face.
Yeah.
It was a really good lip sync. Everybody did really well. Of course, it's always awkward to have 3 people on stage competing in a lip sync. It always is. But this was about as good as it could be, I thought.
Yeah, it was fine. I think Lady Camden, which we'll get to, I think she is really, really good. She is definitely kind of the underdog of this season. She's a great lip sync. I wouldn't want to. Everybody worried about Georges. I wouldn't want to lip sync against Lady Camden. I'm like, she's good.
She is good, and even she commented on what the fuck her outfit was. I was wondering that because it looked more like a Daya Betty look, kind of like that punk rock wannabe thing. And I was like, what is this? It's not a very versatile look, and you don't have. We've said this 1,000 times. If you're doing a lip sync, don't you want slutty hair to throw around? I don't want a mohawk. I want slutty hair, So, but she made it work.
Yeah, but she did a great job with what she had.
She did.
Yeah, she made it work. And it was really funny at the end when Rue said it's like a girl group, a hot girl group, and Michelle said it's like seduction up there. I'm like, please say she was kidding.
Everyone was like, seduction.
Could never do that.
I was like, was that serious? I know she's joking.
I know that had to have been a joke. There is no way.
Seduction.
Oh, God.
They were parking barkers, weren't they? Did they do choreo?
I don't know. She spent a lot of time copying Madonna's look, and she'll tell you that she did that. That's not a read. She will tell you that she did that.
We gotta look up some live seduction performances.
Yeah, and see what they did. If they did like splits and stuff. Don't probably not. That wasn't a thing. So, all right. Now we have the lip sync for what was this one that we were doing?
The next one
The
is
last one, right? Second to last.
Bosco
and Lady Camden.
Bosco and Lady Camden doing Don't Let Go.
Yes. So the song was the Don't Let Go by Invoke, which is, again, the first song I would have picked because I loved it. And this performance, what did you think?
I thought that Bosco was really floundering. I thought Bosco was almost going to go home this episode because I was not really living and loving and live, laugh, and loving her performances because Lady Camden did better, right?
Oh my God. Okay, so this lip sync, I was like so jumping up and down. I thought that Lady Camden was so good. I was like tearing up. It was such a great performance. I'm like, this is a drag performance. This is what drag is performance. I want them to all to like pay attention to this lip sync and like remember this shit of how good this was. This was like, I hate using the L word, but kind of a legendary performance that I hope people remember. I know that sounds so dramatic, but I just thought it was so good. She just hit every like moment in that song, like the end part. Jesus, like it was just so good. I loved it.
She was really listening to the words, whereas Bosco was relying on that body.
Yeah, she was really listening to the words. So fucking good. Lady Camden, you're like moving up. Your real estate is going up. All right. So next we have... How many are there?
I mean, last we have...
Jasmine versus Angeria, right? That's the next one.
Oh, is it? Oh, I think I missed that in my note.
Yeah, because they do Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm kind of getting confused. Let me look at...
I missed that in my note here. I'm sorry. Yeah, somebody had to do that song. So, here we are. I loved Angeria's look, by the way. I loved her big ass 80s Oprah hair and her glittery outfit.
Yes, I did as well. I think it's funny, like with Angeria, how she kept looking straight forward the whole time, where the other queens would like look at the judges and like really sort of feel it. And I thought it was weird she just kept looking forward the whole entire performance. Did you notice that?
Not really but now that you mention it, yes. What do you think the proper thing to do is? Because I know in like a real audition, you're not supposed to eye fuck the judges or the people that are auditioning you. But on this, are you? What is pageant etiquette? Do you stare at the judges or no?
Well, I don't know about pageants, but I know on Drag Race you do whatever the hell you can to snatch the attention.
Well, this is a pageant. I mean, kind of.
Kind of. But I mean, people have done way crazier shit and won, like Kennedy, what's her name? Kennedy Edwards? Kennedy, what's her name? Where she like leapt off the stage in the splits breaking the rules, because I don't think you're supposed to do that. But she did that. And like to snatch the attention, it doesn't even matter. I would be looking at the judges. I would be like, over here.
Oh, yeah.
Like doing whatever I could to get
what
them
is
to
her
look at
name?
me.
God, that drives me nuts when we can't remember the
Kennedy. It's Kennedy something. I don't know.
She's trans now too. I read she's transitioned.
I hated her on her season, but she's actually a very great
Kenya
queen.
Michaels.
No, not her.
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, I'm talking about Kennedy Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not trans.
Kennedy Davenport. All right, so I'm pretty sure they've done this song before, and Jasmine, I was like, slow the hell down, just like that again for her. So Jasmine, I think her biggest issue is that she is so stuck on Alyssa Edwards. She has got to find her own path. She really needs to work on that, trying new things, doing different things.
She thinks because she moved. Yeah, she thinks because she can move and she's a dancer that she's going to slay every lip sync, and that is just clearly. This should be, like you said, like a lesson to all future contestants. Just being a great dancer and being able to move is not necessary. Doesn't necessarily mean you're an assassin, that you're going to win. And why didn't Jasmine, throughout all these lip syncs, and Bosco both, why didn't they make adjustments when they kept losing?
Yeah, like trying different things, like doing... I mean, Jasmine said she did, but it was super subtle. Like, I didn't even get, like, the end. So the next lip sync is Bosco versus Jasmine, right? And they did Swept Away by Diana Ross. And Jasmine said she was trying new things, but it was just so subtle. I think it was too little too late at that point. And Bosco was smart to do stripper moves. That's exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah. And I love stripper moves.
Well, I also thought they might change clothes. Like, I was surprised they didn't change.
There's a lot of songs to memorize. I wonder how long they had. I think they probably had...
I bet this was filmed over several days.
I don't know, but I think they probably had these songs far in advance and were like, look, maybe even from the beginning, you're going to need to know these. So, because this is a lot.
Oh, they do that. They get a list of songs, I'm pretty sure. Like, from the very beginning. I'm pretty sure they get a list of songs. Like, that's a behind-the-scenes Drag Race exclusive. No, I'm kidding. I don't have confirmation of that, but I'm pretty sure they get the list of songs. All right, so then Bosco stays. Jasmine's... she's... Time for the chocolate bar that they forget about every damn time.
Me too.
She gets the chocolate bar out. Yeah, it's chocolate.
Because we know we were saving the gold one for George's. So it's just it's chocolate. I do love that it's chocolate. It's become a meme now. I think that's funny. It's chocolate.
Yes, that one said it's mold. That one I sent you. It's mold. One of my favorite things about this episode, I have to say, is that Ross Matthews did not speak.
I know. I noticed that too, and got paid for being there, so everybody wins.
Yes, sometimes dreams do come true.
They do.
It could happen to you. All right, well, that was a
shorter episode because there's no runway.
Great episode. I loved it. I love these performances. I want more lip syncs and fewer, acting challenges. Like, I want more lip syncs. Do you think Rue will ever do that? Rue will have just like not maybe not a LaLaPaRuZa, but maybe do more than one lip sync. Like, I'm trying to think, like the bottom queens lip sync, the bottom two, and then the top two. She's done that before, so why not bring that back?
Why not open the show with a lip sync like you're actually at a drag show?
Yes, make Rue lip sync some. And Rue's look, by the way, was very Miranda from Sex and the City. Did you think? Because that's what I was getting. Maybe it's the pattern.
Oh, Miranda? She's wearing leopard fur. I don't see Miranda wearing leopard fur.
No, it was that like red and like. Hold on, let me look back at it. Was it leopard fur?
Yeah.
Is that fur?
Fun.
Oh, it is fur. Okay, pretend it's not fur. And that's what I got. I think it's the pattern.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, the pattern. But I feel like from the neck up, we've seen this exact hair and makeup combo on Rue a few times.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Do you like her black lipstick? Because I know you hate black lipstick.
I don't really mind it on Rue because it's so expertly done. I don't really mind it on Rue.
Said, be careful with this decision. It will follow you for the rest of
So dramatic. There were so many moments in this episode that was just so dramatic that led up to nothing. It was like ridiculous.
I love when Rue is stupid. Like, Rue being stupid is the best. That makes me so happy when Rue does stupid shit. Like, that is just the best. It's so fun.
Because a lot of the time this does get too, like, it's getting too serious, and it really doesn't need to be.
Yes, and I think this episode, other than fucking Daya Bitter not shutting her face, I think this episode was pretty kind of light and kind of fun, and that's probably why I liked it. It's like this. We, pick things apart and stuff with Drag Race, and we love Drag Race. I just hate when it's bad, because when it's good to me, it's so fun. And when it's bad, it's like, this could have been fun, you bitches. Like...
Yeah, well, I'm gonna rebrand the. We've been thinking about our podcast name, and we're like, God, we really, painted ourselves into a corner with the name Drag Dungeon. But I think I'm just gonna say we're using drag as a verb and not a noun. So we're just dragging everything. It's not necessarily about drag queens. We're just dragging things. So we're dragging this episode. We liked a lot of it, but look, there was no runway. That's probably my favorite part. So. That's kind of a bummer, but it is a very special episode, so it's not a normal one.
There's a few things they could have even made this better. It's like if they changed outfits for performances and give those wigs the vacation they need.
Yeah. We're sending your wigs on an Alan Chuck travel cruise to the Bahamas.
Right, for sure. Your wigs get an all expense paid trip to Siberia. At least Jasmine should have been, because that wig was just exhausted. It was exhausted by the end. Yes, dehydrated. It needed a day at the spa. It did. It needed a colonic.
A keratin treatment. Chemo.
Yes. It needed to stay at the asylum. It needed something. It needed therapy. Okay. All right. Well, we'll be back for the next episode. Don't forget to check out our Patreon and join the party there. We're having so much fun talking about so many things, and follow us on YouTube, and you can watch our great videos and all that fun stuff.
Yes, everything at Drag Dungeon. We appreciate you so much.
Welcome back to the broadcast.